さて、一丁決めてくるか。
Tally ho, my name is Kamurocho and welcome. No, wait. This doesn't feel right. I need to be wearing something that screams obnoxious and kind of tacky. Be right back. Yeah, that's more like it. Tally ho. My name is Kamurocho and this week's video is none other than the infamous Yakuza 0. And this week I decided to give in to my dark side and commit to a life of crime. Now I do want to quickly say that this game is seriously big. There is a lot of content to cover here, so I won't be mentioning every little side activity that you can do, because trust me, there is way too many. If I did go into absolutely everything this game has to offer, this video would end up being like 30 minutes long. And also, as is usual the case on this channel, I will not be delving into spoilers, so don't worry, this video will be spoiler free. But without further ado, let's dive into the world of Yakuza 0. So what exactly is Yakuza 0?
てめえみたいな半端もんが一番許せねえんだよ。死ねよボケ！
素直に I love you 届けようきっと You love me 伝わる
Yup, that pretty much sums it up perfectly. Yakuza 0 is the story of two playable characters trying to make their way in the Yakuza world of the 1980s. First up is Kazuma Kiryu, the resident poster boy of the series. Kiryu and Nishiki are lowly Yakuza thugs living in Kamurocho, Japan. One day Kiryu beats up a man and leaves him lying in pain in an abandoned lot, only to later discover that the man has been killed and the murder is being pinned on him. Someone from within the Yakuza must have done this, and thus Kiryu leaves the Yakuza in order to find the culprit and unearth the real story of what is going on here. The second playable character is none other than fan favourite Goro Majima. Majima is a disgraced Yakuza who runs a cabaret club in Sotenbori, Osaka. He is given an opportunity to get himself back into the fold, but in order to do this he has to assassinate a valuable target, only to find that this target is not what he would have expected, and instead he decides to try and protect this person. Must protect! Both stories get the characters into sticky situations and they find themselves having to fight or die. The story overall is pretty good. Nothing amazing, but it has some really great moments. Like this part of the ending where that character decides... Moving over to the gameplay. Hailed as Shenmue on steroids by none other than me, the gameplay has a lot of features similar to the Shenmue titles, only much better.
Yes? Are there any other Chinese people around here? Why do you want to know about other Chinese? I don't have time to play your little games.
Good God, why did we think this was a good game? You play in a living, breathing city. There are combat scenarios, story advancements, and an arcade! But Yakuza 0 is so much more than that. Oh boy! Yakuza is a different kind of beast. Yakuza 0 has way too much stuff to do, which can be considered a good or bad thing depending on how you like to play your games. On top of everything that I've already mentioned, Yakuza 0 also has sub-stories which are like side quests, all of which feel really unique and some of them are absolutely hilarious. For example, one of the side quests involves helping a BDSM worker get better at her job, which is kind of funny considering that this is a sub-story. Another sub-story involves helping parody Michael Jackson moonwalk down an entire street while you fight off zombies. It's fucking incredible! But one of the main aspects of this game is the combat, and there is a lot of combat to be done in this game, whether it be for the story or just roaming the mean streets of Kamurocho. Combat is essential in this game, and you can level up your skills and learn new moves by investing in yourself. Literally! You use money you earn in the game to buy new abilities, such as new fighting moves and health increases. Huh. So you invest money in yourself, and it makes you stronger and healthier? Why isn't it working? You can also visit temples in the game in order to exchange CP, also known as completion points. You can use these points for boosts, upgrades, and new abilities. And some of these are really helpful. You earn CP simply by playing the game and completing challenges. Now, the combat itself is incredibly fun and satisfying. Both characters have 3 fighting styles with a secret 4th fighting style that you can unlock later in the game. And these styles change the way that your character fights. Kiryu has a brawler style, which is a medium speed, medium damage output style. Rush style, which is kind of like boxing. Lots of speed and fast attacks, but less damage. And Beast style, which is made up of slower, heavy attacks and lots of furniture rearrangement. Whereas Majima has Thug style, which is very similar to Kiryu's brawler style. He also has Slugger style, which makes use of his own personal baseball bat. And it hits hard. And the most ridiculous, but the most fun style in the game, the Breaker style. This style literally allows Majima to use breakdancing to defeat his enemies, and it is so damn stylish. While fighting, you build up heat, just like I am in this room right now. Good God, it is hot today. Building up this meter allows you to pull off heat moves. Big flashy moves that can do a ton of damage. Honestly, there is nothing like beating the ever-loving shit out of some assholes that will not leave this poor woman alone. Eat shit, you little bit! Now moving over to the side content of Yakuza 0. Oh boy! There are a ton of minigames in Yakuza 0. And I seriously mean a ton, like, oh my god, did you actually need this much content? You can play billiards. You can watch softcore porn. You can sing karaoke. You can do some pocket car racing. You can play baseball. You can play darts. You can play Japanese games that I'm too uncultured to ever understand. And you can bet on women wrestling each other in scantily clad outfits. which is totally not my favourite thing in the entirety of this game. Because that's Majima in 24-Hour Cinderella. Tsunemori, I love you. There are also 2 much bigger side sections of this game, and these come in the form of running a cabaret club and being a business mogul. These 2 activities have you running a cabaret club and managing businesses for profit. Both have their own separate storylines and characters, and these 2 chunks of the game are actually my favourite part of this game. Plus, if you complete the storylines, you get access to a new fighting style for both characters, which is awesome. The world really feels like your oyster in this game, and I only named some of the possible contents that you can play. While you are roaming the streets as either character, you can find telephone cards, which are kind of like this game's version of collectibles. And these cards feature actual Japanese porn stars. No, wait, no! You can also heal up, unlock new side stories, and complete challenges through eating at the various restaurants all over the game. Which actually made me think. A Yakuza crossover with Final Fantasy 15 would be freaking awesome. Just for the food. Because, oh my sweet Cindy, the food looks so goddamn good in that game. There are also characters scattered throughout the world that can become friends with our playable protagonists. These friendships can be developed and can lead to their own side stories and benefits. But to finish up this section, as you progress through the game, you will actually unlock climax battles and 2-player minigames. Climax battles test your mettle in combat with various scenarios, whereas the 2-player minigames are exactly what it sounds like. You can buggy on down to multiplayer time with a friend. Woo! Moving over to the graphics section. Graphically, Yakuza 0 is pretty good. It's nothing special though, but what really does stand out with this game is the nightlife. Neon signs and puddles litter the streets of Kamurocho and Sotenbori. The streets hustle and bustle with people out partying. Drunks will even start fights with you if you provoke them. And the kind of fictional worlds of Kamurocho and Sotenbori really feel alive. This game makes you feel like a Kamurocho. IGN 10 out of 10. Something that I learned after completing this game, and what is kind of interesting, is these locations are actually not completely fictional. Kamurocho and Sotenbori are actually based on real-life Japanese locations, Kabukicho and Dotonbori. Sotenbori, Dotonbori. Sotenbori, Dotonbori. Did you even try? In the year of 2020, the graphical quality overall of Yakuza 0 looks kind of dated, but it still holds a lot of well-polished charm. Moving on to the soundtrack. The soundtrack for this game is goddamn amazing. You have chilled jingles during downtime, absolute karaoke bops. Tsunemori, I love you. In fact, karaoke in this game is goddamn perfection. But the soundtrack really steps it up a notch when it comes to the story. Check this out.
阿波野や渋沢に頭取られようがそんなことは構いしねえんだ命ある限り何度でもあげるってだからよてめえみたいな半端もんが一番許せねえんだよ死ねやボケ
Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass, old man! Yakuza 0's soundtrack never stops being great. It is back to back to back greatness. And it really tickles my fancy. Now moving over to the next section. This game may be insanely fun and have a lot to do, but it's not without its issues. Now, I did find myself struggling a little bit with the combat, but I can put that squarely on my shoulders because I know that I just need to get better at the game. But something that really irritated me in this game is when you're roaming the streets, you get hassled by random thugs again and again and again. There is so much fighting that you have to do in this game when you are just trying to explore. Fighting thugs around every street corner becomes a real pain when you just want to make progress with a sub-story. Or when you just want to try and buy some more health items. Oh, fuck off! You do get an ability that helps you to deal with this and to stop the fights from happening, but it's still a pain to deal with. The game also takes a little while to let you loose into its world. It's a slow burner kind of game, but once everything is available, it's awesome. Also, there are these particular cutscenes in the game which look really weird, especially because there are people and objects in the background still moving around. I just didn't really think that they were necessary, but luckily there aren't that many of them in the game. Otherwise, that's all I have to say about issues for Yakuza 0. It's a pretty well polished game with a lot of love. So overall, Yakuza 0 is an incredible package of ridiculous and campy good fun. It's such an incredible pleasure to play this game, and it is insanely funny at every step of the way. It has so much content that I did initially feel a little bit overwhelmed, and the issues that I did have with this game didn't do much to stop me from enjoying it. Therefore, Yakuza 0 has earned the title of Fun Times. Okay, never mind, it's a masterpiece. I'm seriously gonna miss this game. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about Yakuza 0 in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to click the like button, subscribe, and do a hit move on the bell icon which does the ding thing. Also, I did previously mention that the locations in this game are based on real life locations, and 2 YouTubers that I came across have actually been to those locations and done a comparison of the game and the real life location. So shoutouts to Ancient Flounder and Johan Orberg, I apologise if I butchered your name. Go and check them out, I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Pip pip toodaloo!
素直に I love you 届けようきっと You love me 伝わるさ君に合うガラスの靴を探そう二人でステップアンドゴーいつまでも深夜中